buy a new car, but if you drive it without insurance, you'll face consequences. You say to yourself,
but what the hell, boy?
I gotta get this bitch insured. And after making just a few measly phone calls and giving information over the phone to God knows who, some miraculous way you've now agreed upon paying thousands of bucks to a company to cover your damn car.
Bitch, I'm bippin' and I'm booted up. No, it don't take nothing for my niggas to get suited. Like, why he dissing on the granny? That shit is fair, like what they do to us. Niggas, my little bitch so bang it. What she want the newest drop.
Things you realize once you enter adulthood. Video by Where's Dave. Let's get right into it, man. I already know it's gonna be a deep one.
The time in your life you used to spend all your younger years dreaming about. No more needing to ask your parents for money. No more early bedtime, curfews. It's finally time to start living life on your own terms. Finally, you get it. When you only now start to realize all the bullshit you have to deal with and realize maybe being a kid wasn't so bad. The first thing you realize once you enter adulthood is how everything just revolves around money. Whether it be you just wanting to chill inside the crib or even going out with all of your friends, everything requires money. Gone are the days where your parents could hand you 20 bucks and you would be on top of the world for an entire week. Instead, you're now relying on a job to give you a steady paycheck, and somehow it's still not enough.
Isn't it crazy that like $20 actually did used to like last a whole week? For example, look at this image right here. Boom, in the back, $2.99, right? For a meal at Burger King, right? So say that entire week, you can go to Burger King and get a meal every single day. And those look like current prices, but just imagine how much it would have stretched back then. It's way different now, man. Money, for one, doesn't stretch like it used to. Things are way more expensive just because of the cost of living, rising debt to GDP. And
no more hitting the corner store with all your boys while only having a soccer ball.
That's what I'm saying.
Chump change.
You gotta work for it now.
You leave the house, somehow you're down $100. Even if you take the other approach and choose to chill inside the.
Literally, like if you leave the house, bro, you're spending at least 30 on gas. You gotta spend 15 to $20 on food. It's 50 right there. Stuff just comes up. It's hard to explain. Once you get out there,
that bed you're lying on, bro. Thousands of bucks.
But it is very easy to spend $100.
Hundreds of bucks. Want to watch your favorite TV show? Cable costs up to $100 a month. Want to use Netflix instead? $20 a month. You're more of a chill on your phone
plus Wi-Fi
inside the crib? Thousands of bucks. You want to access the internet? Gotta pay for that shit too. You're hungry and want to get some food? Better prepare yourself for that Uber Eats delivery fee, or better yet, drive your ass to the grocery store.
Bro, DoorDash and Uber Eats delivery fees are absolutely crazy. But I understand. But you realize, like, DoorDash, when I was using that, they took away a majority of the Dasher's tip for real, and it was kind of crazy.
And pay hundreds of bucks. This shit gets ridiculous. Motherfuckers be like,
money doesn't buy happiness. There's more to life than just money. Money is everything.
But let your bank.
I think the thing is, money doesn't buy happiness, but money buys space, time, and opportunity. And once you have that space, time, and opportunity, you're not so mentally fogged. One of the leading causes of divorce is financial stress. So, and that's just like one of the biggest things in America is to find a relationship like that so we can continue to keep America going as an economy, because without people reproducing, being fruitful and multiplying, there will be no people. So it's just
account touch $0 and watch how fast you'll have nothing. The worst part about money in adulthood is when you come to the realization of how long you'll actually have to work before you could buy something.
That's the craziest part. You think about buying a house right now,
start running the hourly calculations. Like, you dead ass will sit there and be like, damn, I kind of want to buy some shoes. Then realize it'll cost you 7 fucking hours of your labor. This shit only gets worse too. Like, once you start getting into the $1,000 price range, realize how cartoonishly long it takes to achieve these said products. Let's say you wanted to buy something like a used car at $6,000.
Nah, it really is cartoonishly.
Of work, assuming you're making $25 an hour. 30 straight days. Mind you, you can't spend money on anything else. Groceries, going out, bills, literally nothing. Or even something a little more luxurious. You tell yourself after working so hard for so long, it's only right to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Except now it would take you 1.3 years of work. Or 485 days, or 3,880 hours to be exact, just to buy that damn car. Which leads to another realization. You were never supposed to be able to afford that shit in the first place. And don't even get me started on a fucking house.
Yeah, bro, like, look at this house I'm trying to buy, bro.
Nigga, you are not buying a house in this economy, bruh.
What do you mean, bro? Look, I found one right here.
Oh, word? How much is it?
$500,000, bro.
And you said you're making how much right now?
Like, about 25 an hour, bro.
Huh. I mean,
Hey.
you only got like 20,000 hours left until you can get it, dog. Bro.
That's assuming I have no debt, bro.
Entering adulthood means you now have to start questioning what the hell you're actually paying for. Like when you were
Exactly,
younger, it was
bro.
that easy to just splurge on absolutely anything and everything without second thought. However, adulthood will start making you question if you really need that 24 pack of eggs instead of 12.
That's the crazy thing too. You really start to question yourself even when you go grocery shopping on the smallest things, like even like down to bread or like the cans that you get. And it's not necessarily even penny pitching. It's just trying to figure out what works best and trying to stretch your dollar the best way you can. Because it's not like you have unlimited dollars. You're just trying to be strategic about how you spend them. So you look in there, you like, man.
Until you come to the realization that the system in place puts you in a hamster wheel, constantly gunning it, running around, working hard, yet at the end of the month you damn near have nothing to show for it. All
Just enough to survive, for real.
Considering the fact that you're literally spending most of your waking hours doing the exact same thing day in and day out. When you're in your younger
It's literally
years,
like
it's
that
just
episode
straight
with
bullshit.
Squidward.
Everything seems to be so new, different, exciting. Things like making new friends, new jobs, overall new experiences. Even though majority of your life up until this point you spent in school, every year you are learning a different subject, going to different schools, and hopefully you are trying different things as well. However, now you've entered adulthood, in which your days now consist of an alarm ringing loud as hell every morning, dragging yourself out of bed, getting ready, getting in traffic, working, sitting in more traffic, then going home. They want you to do this for the rest of your life. And if
Oh, man.
enjoy what you're doing in the process. But for the vast majority of people, fuck no. I couldn't tell you the amount of people I run into within my day-to-day life that have the Hall of Fame responses anytime work is brought up.
You know, a job's a job. It pays the bills. Work is work.
Or they just outright tell you how much they despise having to actually get up and go to work in the morning. Adulting means coming to the realization that it's almost as if your entire existence is based solely on waking up, going to work, paying endless bills and taxes, contributing to a completely made-up economy, and then withering away.
Essentially.
Mind you, there's a nigga out there in the middle of nowhere just pressing this button. Like he's literally just pressing a button, printing this money out of thin air, yet somehow has all of us running through hula hoops and obstacle courses to get it. Crazy.
It's almost like we're a bunch of raps. No, it's literally like we're a bunch of raps. That's exactly what's happening. I remember I was reading like a lot of stuff in 2020. I was watching a lot of videos about like the Carnegies and the Rothschilds, and you know what I'm saying? That type of world and what goes on behind the scenes within the global, financial grid. And the fact that we will never know exactly who's truly in control of all of this stuff. Like they tell us about the few billionaires we have in America. And yes, they may have a large hand in what's going on in America, but also, or in the world. But there are so many of said billionaires as well that we don't know about, or people with even more money, or families like the Rothschilds with even more money that people barely know they even exist. And they're back here pushing buttons, making sure that all this stuff is happening. And you will never know.
We end up with
You're just going to be stuck in the same place that you've always been because it's by design.
Motherfuckers be like,
you work to live, not live to work.
And then spend most of their waking hours at their damn job. This is one of the core reasons I don't even blame people for trying to cut corners in their day-to-day life. Do anything they can, even if it saves them a couple of minutes within a day. Show up to work late, it is what it is. Use express lanes on the highway, gotta do what you gotta do. The old saying goes, work smarter, not harder, which is why some people around me just started letting Kimmy do its thing. Kimmy is the free GPT alternative that your boss doesn't know about, but way better at dealing with bulk files and reading reports and even
he fit this joint in way too smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and skip it though.
Everyone else notices. Once you enter adulthood, it almost feels as if everything is a scam or some form of a trap. Whether it be the ATM telling you to cover your PIN so you don't get robbed, or that one store in the mall that's had a final clearance sale for the last 6 months,
for like 3 years
up against you. They let you buy a new car, but if you drive it without insurance, you'll face consequences. You say to yourself, ah, fuck. Alright, I gotta get this bitch insured. And after making just a few measly phone calls and giving information over the phone to God knows who, some miraculous way you've now agreed upon paying thousands of bucks to a company to cover your damn car. Mind you, you've never seen them, they've never seen you, hell, they don't even know what your car looks like, but now you owe them hundreds of bucks a month. What the fuck? And I dare you to actually get into an accident and try to process a claim. The way they finna gatekeep assisting you when it's time to actually fulfill their end of the deal, not to mention, you pay them on a basis to cover you for a set amount. However, if they ever have to cover you, you'll start owing them even more. You try.
That's the thing, because of interest, bro.
To purchase a house.
That's the thing, that the goal is to put people in positions like this. The entire system is built like that to force people to have to take on these loans, to have to accrue interest as well. That's the biggest part behind it. Because if you accrue interest, they're just making more money on top of it. On top of what you already owe. It's free money, why not?
Pay off over decades upon decades. But even once you purchase a house, you don't own it. Don't pay your property tax. Watch how fast they come lock that front door. We'll see who really owns this house. You spend your whole life working 40 hours a week minimum. Every paycheck is fucking taxed.
Minimum.
You proceed to take that tax.
Bro, I realized how much taxes they take out your check when you make more. Like, they take a ridiculous amount. And trust me, I know I was supposed to know that, but I didn't know because I didn't realize it because I wasn't making that much for the longest time. And like, most of my money also comes from my personal business. So I would have to like take taxes out at the end of the year after doing all of that process. But now, because I'm working for like an actual 9 to 5, when I get that check, every week, man, and I see how much they take out, it's kind of crazy. Because I just know how much time I'm putting in, how much effort I'm putting in, and I feel like I'm only getting a percentage of the work that I put in a weird way. And the taxes are just going to who knows what, you know what I mean? But as an adult,
and then
when you get into adulthood, this is what you gotta do.
Then at some point they come to you and say,
bro, did you file your taxes?
Nah, I thought y'all already did that. Like with my paychecks and like all the shit that I'm paying for and stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, we taxed that already. But, you know, we gotta tax you on your income as well. You know, income tax.
The what tax?
Yeah, and, based off this report that we just ran, it's looking like
it's literally
an additional $7,000.
What? You go to the dentist, in which they tell you need to undergo a surgery as it's the only way you could save your...
Bro, I just went to the eye doctor to get some new glasses and some contacts, which are right over there. I'm not wearing them right now, but I spend a lot of time on the computer, so I had to get some glasses with blue light protection. And I like to have contacts just because I prefer not to wear glasses. So most of the time I'm going to be wearing those. And I don't know if it's just me, but tell me why I spent damn near $500 on a pair of glasses and some contacts. When I went in there, I didn't expect, you know what I'm saying, the bill to be that high. They told me that I was part of the eye care club and everything, so I got a discount. Now, it was kind of crazy though, because she was like buttering me up when we were sitting down at the little kiosk or whatever, and she was showing me like the glasses options, and she was telling me all the add-ons I could put on, and I really didn't choose that much. But she was gassing me up. She was like, "Yeah, you got the eye care club. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it." She was like, "All the discounts are gonna be applied as soon as we're done here." So I was like, "All right, bet." And I trusted her, man. I really did. As soon as we got to the joint to where I swiped my card, that joint said 5. I was like, but I couldn't back out because I need glasses, bro. I know it's a good investment. Like nothing, like the amount of time I spend on the computer, you gotta protect your eyes. And I've been straining my eyes a ton, so I was like, bro, I'll just spend it. But yes, when you start to get older, you're spending doggone a whole check on just a pair of glasses.
Tooth. After the surgery has been completed, you realize your tooth still has a hole. Hey, yo, doc.
Don't even get me started about the dentist.
I still got a hole in my tooth.
Oh yeah, you gotta pay to get it filled.
See, I'm filling my teeth right now and everything.
You think this is a charity?
What the?
I really try to like keep my teeth as healthy as possible, so I don't have
Fast food,
the
in
dentist.
which the
I don't really
cashier
eat
tells
too
you that
much
your total
candy,
will be $15.
but I do love pastries. You give me a donut or like a muffin, like a blueberry muffin or something like that, is over with, which is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's why my teeth be getting fat. I'm yapping, my
You
bad.
hover your card over the POS machine for roughly 10 seconds, in which you finally start to notice it's not actually processing the transaction. After slowly moving your card away, you notice that the machine is asking you for a tip. Early adulthood is funny because regardless of whether or not you're
Zero.
actually aware of the traps or the nonsense we all go through within each of our day-to-day lives, all you can do is try to laugh it away. Or end up developing some form of an addiction to try to distract yourself from what we so-called reality. All in all, entering adulthood will make you realize the craziest of things. You go from being a kid and enjoying yourself with practically nothing at all, to getting older and always feeling the need to ball. You start to realize the system that's in place and start questioning if it even aligns with what you care for at all. Everything around you seems to be trying to get something out of you, blah, blah, blah. Maybe being a kid wasn't that bad. I mean, you tell me.
That's true, man. I remember when my parents used to always tell me to enjoy being young as much as I can, because when I get older, the responsibilities and things that I'll have to do, I won't even realize. And I took them serious, but I didn't necessarily take it at face value. And so as I started to get older after high school, from 18 up into, let's say, 24, 25, I learned a lot. I learned a lot, bro. And what I will say, I want to encourage people to put your head down. If you're young, at this age, as you go through life, just make sure that you're making the right decisions. But it's okay if you don't make the right decisions, because what you want to do right now as well is learn from the mistakes that you make. It doesn't mean go and make stupid decisions and justify it by saying, oh, but I just wanted to learn from this. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm just saying, in those times where you do make mistakes, show yourself some grace, because even in those mistakes, there's an opportunity to learn and become better. You know what I'm saying? But adulting is not easy. It's not easy. And especially now with the cost of living, again, I always say, this is probably like the third video where I've said, like, our debt to GDP is still rising. The Federal Reserve is about to turn the printers back on, as if groceries and basic necessities, again, the cost of living wasn't already damn near unobtainable. So stay encouraged, everybody. You know what I mean? The main thing that we can all do right now is do what we can, which everybody's still doing. They're still going to work, still grinding. But the main thing is just trusting in God and knowing that He's in control. That's the main thing. And I know it's weird to say that for some people, because it doesn't make sense. They may not have a close relationship with God. But if there's anything I can tell you tonight and from this video, is there have been plenty of situations where I haven't even believed. With everything going on, I was like, man, there's no way that there could be anyone or anything that could allow all of this to be happening. But I was so wrong. I was so wrong, because I've seen God work and move in my life. And even in situations like this, where we see negativity happening in the world and things that we don't understand, we have to understand that things have to contrast. It's like a gradient or something like that. There's always good and evil. Things have to balance out for us to understand what morality is, for us to understand what good and evil is, for us to know what right and wrong is, what a wrong decision is, what a bad decision is. And so that's just the world we're living in. And because we have the free will to make those decisions, to choose personally what we believe, that is also why it's important to always make sure that you're surrounding yourself around the right environment, the right people, and you're filling up your mind and your spirit with the word of God and the right things. You know what I'm saying? Because then you'll be able to just go out into life and exude that confidence, exude, those things. You know what I mean? So that's what I encourage everybody to do, man. I really appreciate y'all for stopping through to the video. Again, we are not doing no negativity in 2026 regardless. And I'm really happy to be here, man. I really hope y'all like the new way I got the camera. I switched it up from the past few videos. I wanted to do something a little bit different. I think this is a lot better in terms of me engaging with the viewer a little bit more. So if you guys like this, definitely leave something down in the comments. If you have any video suggestions, leave those down in the comments as well. And yeah, casual out. See y'all in the next video.